In the heart of the arid zone, the industrial journey begins with a herd numbering in the thousands. Skilled handlers, equipped for the harsh climate, initiate the daily selection process.
Infrastructure here is built to withstand both the elements and the sheer power of the livestock.
Biometric data is logged instantly to ensure only prime stock enters the processing chain. Before transport, hydration levels are maximized using automated pumping systems. Nutrient-dense feed ensures the quality of both the meat and the hide remains premium.
Efficient flow design minimizes stress as the herd is separated for extraction.
The pathway leads directly to the specialized fleet waiting at the perimeter.
Loading is a precision operation, timed perfectly to maintain the facility's schedule. With the cargo secured, the raw material begins its journey to the processing hub.
A dedicated logistical fleet bridges the gap between the remote ranch and the industrial zone.
Strict biosecurity protocols dictate entry at the main processing compound.
Every load is weighed and logged to verify yield predictions before offloading.
Back, hold!
Precision docking ensures a seamless link between transport and the intake facility. The transfer process requires speed to maintain the animal's condition. Livestock enters the climate-controlled intake zone, leaving the desert heat behind.
Easy now, keep them moving. Watch the ramp.
A brief rest period reduces stress markers in the muscle tissue prior to processing.
Digital tracking systems synchronize the livestock intake with the factory's production targets.
The cycle transitions now from transport to the first stage of transformation.
Before the skin is broken, high-pressure washers remove abrasive particulates that could dull precision blades. The transformation takes place within a facility designed for hygiene, precision, and immense scale. A specialized workforce of hundreds arrives to manage the complex disassembly lines. Hygiene standards here rival those of a hospital, mandatory for both meat and leather production. Contamination control begins from the ground up before any personnel enter the line. Every entry is logged, and every sanitation step is timed by central monitoring. High-velocity air curtains remove microscopic particulate matter as the final barrier.
The facility awakens, a complex ecosystem of steel ready to process tons of raw material. Precision tools are honed to razor sharpness to ensure clean cuts and hide preservation.
With the workforce in position, the main processing line begins its cycle. Strict access protocols ensure that the production floor remains a sterile environment. The primary line operates on a continuous gravity-fed rail system, setting the pace for the entire plant. Heavy-duty hydraulics elevate the stock to working height for the initial breakdown stages.
Controlled draining is essential to preserve the quality of the meat and prepare the hide for removal.
Automated pullers apply consistent tension, preventing damage to the valuable grain of the hide. Here the paths diverge. The hide travels to the tannery prep zone, while the carcass moves to fabrication.
Steam sanitation ensures the meat surface meets international hygiene standards before splitting.
The breakdown creates manageable sides, ready for the intense chilling phase.
To halt bacterial growth,
The core temperature is dropped rapidly in the blast chill tunnels.
Precision climate control locks in freshness, holding the stock at near freezing temperatures for 24 hours.
Mechanical fleshing removes residual tissue, ensuring the chemical curing agents can penetrate evenly.
Heavy salting draws out moisture, curing the material for its journey to become luxury leather.
Back on the meat line, the chilled sides enter the fabrication hall for disassembly.
Hydraulic saws break the anatomy down into primary primals for the butchery teams.
An assembly line of skilled butchers surgically removes the skeletal structure with minimal waste.
Byproducts are immediately separated, keeping the premium production stream purely focused on meat.
Visual sorting categorizes the yield, preparing specific cuts for the transformation into consumer products.
Visual sorting categorizes the yield, preparing specific cuts for the transformation into consumer products.
Trimmings are converted into high-grade mince, the base for processed consumer goods.
Fat ratios are standardized mechanically to ensure consistent texture and flavor profiles. On the food line, thermoforming technology seals the product in a modified atmosphere to extend shelf life.
High-speed labeling systems apply traceability data, linking every pack back to the original source.
Parallel to the leather line, the food laboratory conducts real-time pathogen screening. While the meat moves to freezing, the valuable hides undergo a radical chemical alteration.
Rapid diagnostic equipment verifies the safety and purity of the meat products within minutes.
Spectroscopic analysis confirms the lean-to-fat ratio matches the precise specifications of the client.
Meanwhile, the raw hides enter the preservation phase to prevent decomposition before tanning.
Secondary retanning introduces oils and dyes, imparting the rich color and soft handle required for fashion.
In the tannery sector, the raw skins are tumbled with chromium salts to stabilize the collagen structure. The wet blue stage marks the point of no return. The organic skin is now durable, non-perishable leather.
Hydraulic wringers extract excess moisture to prepare the material for precision splitting. To create lightweight luxury jackets, the hide is split to an exact millimeter thickness. Computer-calibrated blades shave the backside to ensure the drape of the final garment is perfect.
Controlled drying sets the fibers, locking the dye and the shape into the material.
Immediate grading determines which skins are destined for high-end fashion markets. Both product streams now move to their final stages, one to cold storage, the other to the assembly floor. To achieve the suppleness required for luxury garments, mechanical staking softens the fiber structure.
Automated finishing lines apply microscopic protective layers to ensure uniform color and durability.
Heat and pressure are applied to correct surface irregularities, standardizing the texture for mass production. Computer vision systems map every square millimeter, identifying natural defects to avoid during cutting. Smart algorithms calculate the most efficient layout, maximizing yield and minimizing waste.
Computer numerical control cutters execute the pattern far faster and cleaner than any human hand.
While leather components are collated, the meat processing wing utilizes similar automation for packaging. The cut components enter the assembly floor, a hive of manual skill supported by industrial speed. Edges are mechanically thinned to prevent bulk, ensuring seams remain flat and comfortable. Hidden structural supports are fused to the leather, giving the jacket its permanent architectural shape.
The garment comes together in stages, passed from hand to hand, in a choreographed sequence of construction.
Industrial walking foot machines assist the operator, feeding the dense material evenly to prevent bunching. Heavy-duty hardware is riveted into place, designed to last as long as the leather itself.
The luxury interior is married to the rugged exterior, concealing the complex internal construction.
Internal steam pressure relaxes the leather fibers, removing creases and setting the final 3D volume.
Final detailing remains a manual art, ensuring no loose threads detract from the premium finish.
The assembled garments now proceed to the most critical stage before leaving the factory.
Under high-intensity spectral lighting, inspectors scrutinize every square inch for surface imperfections.
Random batch samples undergo rigorous tensile strength testing to guarantee structural integrity.
Digital color matching ensures the dye lot remains consistent across thousands of units.
Only stock bearing the final quality seal is cleared for the logistics department. Any product failing the strict density parameters is instantly removed from the supply chain. Both product streams, now certified and secured, enter the final stage of the industrial cycle. End-of-line automation collates the retail units into shipping cartons at high speed. Simultaneously, the leather goods are sealed in protective polymers to prevent moisture damage during transit. Robotic palletizers build stable loads, calculating weight distribution to prevent shifting. Industrial stretch wrap secures the cargo, unitizing the load for the global logistics network.
The meat inventory enters the sub-zero storage matrix, holding thousands of tons in suspended animation.
Precision logistics systems manage the leather inventory, ensuring first-in, first-out protocols.
Efficiency at the loading dock is critical to maintaining the cold chain integrity.
Tamper-evident seals are logged digitally, finalizing the transfer of custody. From the arid dunes to the global market, the cycle is complete.
And this is how modern factories produce camel meat and luxury leather jackets from start to finish.